Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here, continuing to cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do here on the Jam Session. We cook up every single game, every single day. Yesterday, we couldn't keep the huge heater going from Monday. I did drop on the premium side. We went 1-2. We dropped with the Celtics. They had a really slow start. They did win the game, but that's not what we care about. We needed them to cover the 10. They won by 7. And then we lost with the Kings. Yes, the Clippers actually decided to hoop yesterday. Shout out them boys. Still look to fade them boys. Is what it is. We're gonna hit 60% fading them boys. I promise you. Watch. We did smash our NBA Player of the Day yesterday. That is what we did do. And we're just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. Shout out my Dallas Mavericks, man, as they got down on the Lake Show yesterday, man. Lake Show came to the city. Thought they was going to keep that momentum rolling forward. No, sir. Luka, Himi, Doncic got busy yesterday. I love that dude, man. Hey, I think he's the second best player in the league behind Jokic. That's my thoughts, man. I'm sticking to it. I think this is his MVP season. They're playing well right now, man. Watch out for the Mavs, man. Watch out for my boys. We'll see, man. But no, it was a great game last night. Love to cash on that NBA player today. Just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. That brings us to 21-8-2 last 31. 21-8-2 last 31. That's a full month. We just kept the momentum rolling forward. That's exactly what we're trying to do today. If you appreciate the content, man, smash that like button for your guy. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you're rocking with me, man. I'm active on Twitter all day long, man. There's a link for that in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site. Got a nice card tonight, man. What, like 9 games or so? No graphics, but I am finna cook it up and try to smash it for you guys right here, right now, per usual. So without further ado, man, let's do exactly that. Let's make some money today, and let's hop right into today's NBA action. First game up, we got the 76ers. They're out on the road facing the Detroit Pistons. Of course, it's Sixers or nothing for me here. I'm not looking to bet the Pistons. The Pistons lost every single game in the month of November. I know we don't need them to win the game. We need them to cover, but it's not like they're a team that has been at least good against the number. They're actually pretty bad, and I don't even want to look in their direction. The line, here's the thing, though. The line in this game, I think, is really efficient. I think the line's probably exactly where it should be. At Sixers minus 11.5. We've seen these two teams play once already this season. That game was in Detroit. Sixers did win that game. Guess by how many? 12. Line's really efficient, man. Wouldn't be surprised if the Sixers won this game by 10. Wouldn't be surprised if they won it by 24. One of those style games. I know I'm not looking to bet the Pistons, but I wouldn't be surprised at all, again, if the Pistons lost by 8 here and covered the number. What are the Pistons against the number this season? The Pistons, Detroit they're pretty bad. 8-14-1 against the number, but, I wouldn't be surprised if this was a sneaky spot where they got the cover. I'm not betting them. If I were to bet this game, it would be Philadelphia. Short, sweet, simple. Next game up, we got the Pelicans out on the road facing the Wizards. It's another team I'm just not looking to lay 7.5 points with, really, in this spot. Not the Pelicans. Yes, the Wizards are straight ass. We all can agree. They're terrible. They've only won 3 games all year, but we don't need them to win. We need them to cover. The Pelicans, we've been on these boys, mainly at home in New Orleans. That's where they play their best basketball. That's where we've cashed our tickets on the Pelicans. On the road, they leave a lot to be desired, and I would not be surprised at all if they barely won this game. I think they do win it in the end, but I'm not laying 7.5 in New Orleans on the road. I think Washington can compete in certain aspects and keep this game fairly competitive, lose by like 5-6 points in the end. I'm going to lean in the direction of the Washington Wizards there. I'm also going to lean in the direction to another bad team in the Charlotte Hornets against the Miami Heat. Heat are laying 8.5 points in Miami. Everybody knows when we see the Heat laying over 5-6 points in Miami, we typically look to fade them. It just is what it is. We made a lot of money fading Miami in Miami last year, and I think we can make some good money in certain spots this year fading Miami in Miami, and I think this one sets up as one of those spots. We just saw these two teams play the other night. Miami did win in Charlotte, failed to cover, though. Final score 116-114. That was the second meeting between these two teams. Miami won the first one as well, 111-105. all in all, I'm not laying 8.5 points with Miami in Miami. I think Charlotte can keep this game competitive, similarly to how they did the other day in Charlotte. Um, I'm gonna lean towards the Hornets in that one. I can't lay 8.5 with Miami in Miami. They probably win the game by like 4 again. You feel me? Next game up, we got the Rockets, not the Rockets. We got the Hawks out on the road facing the Toronto Raptors. Raptors home favorites laying 1.5 points in this one. It's the Raptors for me here. What have I said about the Raptors all season? We typically only look to bet them in Toronto. That's typically where they play their best basketball. It's been the case for them the last, you know, since whenever. Um, and the Hawks, they're just a straight fade. Short, sweet, simple. The Hawks are just a straight fade. We look to fade them damn near every night. They're currently the worst ATS team in all of the NBA. 5-17 against the number are the Atlanta Hawks. They've only covered in 22.7% of their games. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. No reason to stop fading them, man. Toronto typically plays the best basketball at home where they got a whole country behind them. They should win this game, man. I intend to continue to fade Atlanta. Both on a 4-game losing streak, but I trust the home team to bounce back more so than the road team. Give me the Toronto Raptors. And now, when next game up, now we got the Rockets, man. They're at home laying 5.5 points on the Memphis Grizzlies, and we're going to lay it here with the Houston Rockets. The Rockets are currently the best home ATS team in the NBA. Boy, these boys is 9-1-1 against the number at home. And I feel like out of those 11, we probably were on them 9 of those. We've been cashing on Houston in Houston, and I see no reason to doubt them here in this spot either. They just seem to play really good basketball in Houston. That's 90% against the spread at home. I ain't doubting them, man. They've given me no reason to. Memphis, they're a fade on the road. This far this season, they're actually all right, 6-5 against the number, but we know how terrible they were last year. I think off the top of the head, 14-29-1. Memphis was out on the road last season. I don't see them competing here. I think they get ran off the floor. I think Houston is just straight up the better team. I think they keep it rolling in Houston. I'm going to take the Rockets in that one. Next game up, we got the Indiana Pacers. They're out on the road facing the Milwaukee Bucks. Bucks trying to get revenge for that in-season tournament loss in Vegas. I was at that game, and here's what I saw. I saw the Pacers play Pacer-style basketball and beat them in the end. And in all honesty, I'm not sure home court is enough for me to sway me enough to want to lay 6.5 points with Milwaukee. You guys know I wouldn't land 6.5 points with Milwaukee anyway. This is a revenge spot at home. Wouldn't be surprised if Milwaukee won the game, but we're not laying points with Milwaukee. We've been fading these boys for majority of the season, and we look to continue to do so. Right now, currently, I think we're hitting at a 60% clip fading Milwaukee, and we're going to continue to do so. In all honesty, I think the Pacers, if they play the same style of game like they did in Vegas, they can beat Milwaukee outright again. And in all honesty, they just played Pacer-style basketball. Like there was nothing in that game that was abnormal. It just was how the Pacers play. And I think if they play the way the Pacers play, they can beat Milwaukee again. And I'll definitely take the points in my back pocket. I'm going to sprinkle on the money line. So Pacers, the Halliburtons for me there in that one. Can't lay points with Milwaukee. Next game up, this one's interesting. We got the Lake Show on a back end of a back-to-back. They were in Dallas last night. Lost to my favorite team, the Dallas Mavs. Now they're in San Antonio. Currently, I don't see LeBron and AD on this injury report. Would not be surprised at all if they sat on a back end of a back-to-back, road back-to-back with travel. Dallas and San Antonio is not far at all, but still wouldn't be surprised if they sat. And I think the line's already indicative of that, but I could see this line still moving by the start of tip. I would rather wait to the start of this game to see where the line ends up at, but it's Lakers or nothing here. San Antonio straight ass. They are. They are. They're not going to win this game. I don't see an avenue where they win this game. I think Reeves, Hachimura, D'Lo, and company come in here and still win this game. LeBron or not, we'll see, though. Again, I'd rather see the line at the end, but it's Lakers or nothing there, even with or without LeBron or AD. But the line seems to already show that they're not playing. Because if they were, I'm telling you, this line would be Lakers like 6-7. It would be, so. Not surprised. Next game up, we got the Brooklyn Nets out on the road facing the Phoenix Suns. Suns are on the back end of a back-to-back. They did win yesterday at home, beat the Golden State Warriors. Now they got the best ATS team in the NBA rolling in there, man. Brooklyn has been a money-making machine for us. They failed to cover on Monday. They were our only team that didn't cover. We went, what, 12 out of, we hit 12 out of 13 on Monday. The Nets were the only one that didn't cover, which is crazy because, like I said, they're the best ATS team in the NBA. They've covered more than anybody this season. They're 16-5-1 against the number, have covered in 76.2% of their games. And I think they come in here and beat the Suns in a spot where it's just a bad spot for Phoenix on the back end of a back-to-back. I can see some dead legs late in this game for the Suns. Nurkic got punched in the face by Draymond. Oh my God, Draymond is a special character, man. He really is. But I don't know, man. I think the Nets, they've given me no reason to doubt them. They made us so much money thus far this season. It's hard for me to get off of them. I'm still on them here in this spot today. And last but certainly not least, man, we got the Utah Jazz at home getting 6.5 points. The Knicks laying 6.5 in Utah. I'm taking Utah here. Hey, we've been all over Utah this season. Really been making a lot of money on this Utah team. Reason being is because we figured them out. On the road, just fade them. Just fade them. Just fade them. Like 10 of their 12 road games, I think they play like 10, 12, something like, or like 13, 12, something like that. Road games, 10 of them they've lost by 20. These boys been a straight fade on the road, man. We just gonna keep fading them. The thing is, at home, they ain't that same road team. At home, they're a money-making machine. They're 8-3 against the number at the crib, and we're gonna keep riding them. I think they actually have a legitimate shot to beat the Knicks at home tonight. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what I think, man. It's hard for me to get off the Jazz as well, man. When teams start showing me their colors and we start making money on them, identifying exactly how they play, I continue to ride it until they give me a reason to doubt them. And I don't see that as a reason to doubt the Jazz at home. It's kind of similar to Denver. Like, they just got a weird home court advantage there in Utah. And I think they use it to their advantage today. And I think they have a legitimate shot to beat the Knicks outright. See if they get it done, man. But that's all I got for y'all boys today. Hope y'all appreciate the content, man. If you do, smash that like button for your guy, man. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter all day long. There's a link for that in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site, including my NBA player of the day, man. 21, 8-2, last 31. Just trying to keep that momentum rolling forward, man. You can hop on something long term. Let me help you make some money over an extended period of time. Or if you're a big bettor out there, join my all access club, man. It's 4 big bettors out there, but the guys that are in it, hey, they'll tell you, man, it's been a really good season thus far. Just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. Appreciate all you boys, man. Let's make some money tonight. Let's continue to kick the crap out of the NBA. See you guys soon. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs, man. I'm out of here. Peace.